David Corson, Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. A little past 7 o'clock. Just beautiful out here right now. I had some wicked thunderstorms that came through this afternoon, knocked the power out for a little while. Rained. The grass loved it. And just a real busy day. Was up early getting stuff done, and then had to go over to the other side of town, over to Marietta, and close our construction loan out and do some paperwork and convert it to our mortgage. And that's all done. So we're officially now the owners of the house behind me. There it is. Here's the fence that I built. And it looks awesome. And we're going to paint it here. I got to cut the tops off. But yeah, it looks great. Keep the coyotes out. And got to paint it black here in a couple of weeks. And go run a paint gun sprayer and paint it black. And it's going to look great. Got to keep the HOA happy. Grass is loving all this rain though. Especially this up here needs a little more water. And same here. I've got these 2 huge bags of sand that they used for our aprons on the concrete driveway. I'm going to go around and put them in all these little cracks, and it fills it in and gets your, land, straight. I'm sure the HOA is going to send me, hey, you need to get those bags off of there. I'm like, yeah, I haven't found time to get them done, but I guess I'll pull them up here. So, hope you had a great day. Positive thought, smile on your face, going to your Wednesday night, having fun with family and friends. And it was hump day today. And, you got Thursday, and then you've got TGIF, and then the weekend. Woohoo! So today was the first day I haven't had anybody in the house. Workers or people doing stuff, and feels great. Still got a lot of unpacking to do, and got to get rolling. And before you know, it's going to be the end of the month. Got my anniversary coming up, got my birthday, got 4th of July, and then my wife and my kids' birthday. My kids are going to come home here in a couple of weeks and check the house out. We've got his room all set up. He's going to freak out when he sees it. But all in all, an awesome day. Back in the saddle, raring to go, and got a couple of jobs that we want to, get under our belts on the construction front. My wife just got another, I think it was either bathroom or basement, I forget. But all those little jobs, man, they all add up. But I'd like to do two builds a year, spec home, and sorry, I got something in my eye here. Anyway, spec home, and have her do, her basements, her bathrooms, kitchens, whatever, and get it done. I'm trying to get in the sun here, but it looks like it's going behind the trees, so that's okay. So hopefully you had a great day, positive thought, smile on your face, going into your Wednesday night, family and friends, having a good meal, and it doesn't matter if it's scrambled eggs or PB&J, as long as you're getting some protein and some nutrients in you. And have a great night. And tomorrow's Thursday and TGIF Friday. Woohoo! In the weekend. Hey, don't get much better. We got to go wash our boat. We're going out in that boat this weekend if it doesn't rain. So it needs a bath and it needs to be started. So it's plugged into the I got the batteries charging, so it should turn over. But need to get out on the boat. But in any event, here's what I'm thinking for Wednesday evening. June 18th, 2025, about 7:15. And that word is subtle. Yeah, word is subtle. Why do I like that? Subtle, you can use it as a noun or a verb, but subtle means basically, not showing all your cards, but you know what you're doing. You have knowledge and you have expertise in an area, but it's very, very hard to detect how well you know things. And how good you are with, your hands or on the athletic field or on the business front. You're just subtle, but you get things done. You accomplish things. You cross the finish line. You cross the finish line. Being subtle is a really, really important trait, because sometimes you want to go below the radar, or you want to get things done where people can't really tell what's going on, but you're still working your tail off to get things done. So being subtle, it's really, really an awesome word to have in your repertoire. Or in your verbiage, and have it. It should be attached to you. It should be in your mindset. Being subtle, you don't have to be flamboyant, rambunctious, or tell the world everything. Silence is golden sometimes, and your actions can be subtle. That people don't. Only the really, really cool people, not cool people, but people that are just in tune to what's going on in the world and how people act and react and do things. they can see things like myself. I can see people who are subtle. I just kind of sense it. I can look at it and go, that's really cool, man. That guy knows what he's doing, but you would never know it by, the way that he handles himself. He just goes about his business. It's like being an athlete, not chirping and yakking. You just do your job, and, you just let the scoreboard do your talking for you. So subtle is an awesome word. Business, personal, athletics, life, sleep, whatever you're doing. Just like I said in athletics, you don't have to be a chirper or, just go in and score, do your job. Get back and go do it again. There's no reason to, do all that stuff. And, believe me, I mean, all the sports that I played, there's always a yacker. There's always someone saying stuff. And, I always play with a little edge. So I can't, I don't want to be a hypocrite. But in general, the being subtle on the athletic field, just a really good way to, play sports. Because being subtle, it's tough to see that on tape or the way that you do things. And I just think that, if you just go about your business, you execute, you practice, you play as you practice, you bring your game, and you get things done. And if the rest of your team, buys into it, you can be a nonchalant team, but you can really, scare the heck out of teams because people won't know how to prepare for you. So being subtle in athletics, crucial to getting those W's and L's. And L's are not losses. Those are learns on the scoreboard. You either win or you learn. You never, ever lose. Okay? And in business, being subtle is really, really important because you never want to show all your cards. And, whether it's driving revenue or a new product launch or, hiring new people or getting, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're an account executive or the CEO of a company. Being subtle in business is so strategic to have that kind of characteristic because if you fly underneath the radar, your competition won't know how to handle, how to combat you in the marketplace. Remember, business is just like sports. It's a battle every day. So being subtle in the way you run your business, the way you operate, the way you perceive, the way you show yourself out there, whether it's shaking hands, on the Zoom call, in your emails, on phone messages, everything that you do, if you just have a subtle way of getting your point across, remember, if you can use the least amount of words to tell something how you want to do something or how you want to get something done, and they can comprehend it like a third grader could read and say, oh yeah, I get it. Man, that's just totally the way to do it. You don't have to have all the stuff and make it simple. Keep things simple. But being subtle in business is just a really, really awesome way to, conduct your hours, during the day. And like I said, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Being subtle in business, it's fly under the radar and let your products and your services speak for themselves. And you don't even have to take credit because you know what? Credit, you don't need an ego in business. You just got to get things done. And, your bank account tells the real story. Your bank account's like your scoreboard, in the business world. And that basically tells the story. So being subtle in business, it's awesome. And listen, you can be aggressive and so forth, but you can be subtle while you do it. So relationships, so important. People can sense people that know what they're doing, but they're not flamboyant. They don't let the cat out of the bag and how to do everything. And it's just a really, really nice way to, in personal relationships, if you're asking someone on a date, sometimes you have to be a little more subtle than not, but being subtle, you'd be amazed at how much further you can go in a relationship by being subtle. Because little by little, you let that person know that, hey, I know a lot of stuff. And as they get to know you, they're like, wow, that guy knows a lot of stuff. And I like to hang with that person. Remember, smiling, being positive, having a good time, and but being subtle on what you know and how you get things done. People they appreciate that, and they want to. And most of the time, if you get a date from someone, they're doing it because you're subtle, and like I said, sometimes you got to think out of the box, whatever. But being subtle in relationships, remember. Be transparent, communicate, be flexible, negotiable, listen with your ears, stick a sock in your mouth when you yak too much, just like I do every time on these videos. I yak too much. But being subtle, it is so important, all right? And it's not just personal relationships. The relationships, the people that you communicate with it every day. I tell you, at the attorneys, we had a nice conversation when we were signing our paperwork, but it could be the person at through a drive-through. It could be a person in the grocery store. It could be, at your doctor's office, people that you talk to at work, a new employee, whatever it might be. But being subtle with them, and to the point and straightforward, it should, those conversations are just amazing things. Like we had a guy that hung our TVs, and I had a couple of conversations. He was awesome. I'm sure he left there and go, hey man, I like that dude. I like David. He's a brother, and he can, I can relate to him. And the guy was very knowledgeable about so much stuff, and so am I. And we had a great conversation about all sorts of stuff. But I know he left here, and his name was Israel, and he left here and he's like, yeah, man, I like that guy. I like to do some stuff with him. So being subtle, it's an amazing trait to have. And like I said, athletics, business, relationships, and you got to be subtle about your sleep, because your body knows. Like my body knows. I'm a trainer all year. My goal was to get more sleep this year. Now I'm getting every night I get X amount of hours, but I still wake up at the crack of dawn. But my body knows when I'm flossing, brushing my teeth, I'm unplugging, it's time to get some rest, because I know my body has given it all to me all day, and it kicked ass. But it knows if it gets 6 to 6.5 hours, I wake up not groggy and I can go all day. And your body will perform for you every day, as long as you're breathing, as long as you take care of it. And if you're subtle, it just triggers, hey, he's getting ready for bed. I'm ready to rest. So let your body know that, hey, it's time to go, but do it subtly. You don't have to announce it to the world. You just let it know, hey man, it's time to go to bed and get some rest, get some Z's, and take it and perform for me again. And then if there's anything else that you want to work on subtle in a 24-hour period that I haven't discussed, hey, go for it, but be subtle. All right? It's just a really good way to live your life, whatever you're doing in your 24-hour period. So that's my word of the day for June 18th, 2025. From the heart, take it to the bank, put up here in knowledge vault, use it whenever you need it. And if you're having a bummer of a day, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and listen, we all have them. Hey, you know what? Take a deep breath. Get rid of that whatever negativity's in there. Be subtle and get yourself going. Remember, you got to start the day off with a positive action by making your bed the first thing you do when you get up, and then you finish your day with a positive action. And you'll wake up the next day with a positive action. And if you're consistent in that, you'll just see a whole complete difference in the way that you live your life. All right? And it's consistency. And if you work on being subtle every day, every week, every month, for the remainder of the year, all the way to December 31st, you will see a change in yourself. But you know how you can tell? By taking your data right here on your phone, because you know it's attached to you. You know it is. It's attached to your hand. So create a running notepad or a running email, or hey, go download a diary app and write a paragraph every day about how you worked on being subtle. Little improvements every day. And if you do that all the way till December 31st, you'll have about 6.5 months of data on yourself, and you'll be able to go back and look at every day, and you'll remember. You will freak out. You can't just work on things for a couple of weeks and think that you're going to improve. It's just like in sports. You can't hit a couple balls and be Tiger Woods. He plays 4 rounds of golf, and then he goes out and hits golf balls after each round. All right? I'm just telling you, that's what you got to do to be, a champion or be great. What legends are made of. But being subtle, hey, it's just so important. And but like I said, if you're subtle, but you're consistent, you take that data, you'll be able to look back, and you'll get addicted. You'll do it the rest of your life. This is just like a little self-check every day on yourself. So that's my word, subtle. I think it's very apropos. And listen, everybody have a great rest of your hump day, and have an awesome Thursday, and TGIF on Friday and the weekend. And I will see you tomorrow, where I have no idea, but I will, probably up here. And appreciate you all out there. Be safe, take action, subtle.